Albany head football coach Greg Gattuso in studio with Armen and Levack on 104.5 The Team, hanging out with us all day long, joining us 15 after every hour. And Coach Gattuso into his second year with the Albany football team. And Coach, you guys open up the season FBS schedule against Buffalo, the University of Buffalo, at Buffalo on ESPN3. That's pretty sweet right there.
Yeah, we're excited about it. I think with the conference change, the CAA, and we're scheduling some people like Buffalo this year and next, and University of Pittsburgh is coming on in 2018. It's exciting for our kids. It's a challenge for everybody, and it's just the first time in program history, so we're pretty excited about it.
How do you get them ready? Is it one of those things like, we're going to steal this one, guys, or is it just, hey, whatever happens out there, just play your game?
We go in every game the same. I hate to sound so cliche, but I believe we can win, and I think that if we keep our preparation and we can get through camp healthy, we'll go out there to try to win the football game. So that's nothing changes. Last year when all we talked about when we came into was Holy Cross. We didn't talk about anything beyond. There's nothing important beyond. That's where we're at with Buffalo. My kids understand one main thing is we're going up there to win the football game. I've been part of it for a long time, and we can do it. We just got to have a great day.
Greg Gattuso, head football coach for Albany, with Armen and Levack in studio all day today, 15 after every hour. And Coach, here on 104.5 The Team, we are forced to talk about ad nauseum Tom Brady and deflating footballs. Did he know? Did he not know? He vehemently denies any knowledge of knowing that the footballs were deflated. Do you believe that an NFL quarterback does not know the PSI, or at least the feel of his football?
Obviously I have no idea what's in his mindset, and there's no way to know, but I just know my experience with quarterbacks is they know their footballs, and it's like a whoopee to them. That's something that they, I've used to have to pry them out of their cold, dead hands to get rid of the old footballs sometimes. They just get to comfort zone. So I know in college we change them regularly. I'm sure the NFL changed them after every play. Usually they have a concept of how a ball feels. I mean, that's what they do all day.
Yeah, sure.
In your experience, do quarterbacks go through more footballs or cell phones?
Well, when the NFL, cell phones and footballs are about the same cost to those guys. But
right.
My guys, if they drop their phone, it's like their world ends. So their phones are so important to them nowadays. If my quarterback broke his phone, it would be he's got to deal with his dad. He's got to deal with his academic coordinators. He's got to deal with us because he's late for everything because their whole lives are in those phones.
Right.
So.
I have no idea what that's like.
Yeah, this one, his phone is actually always attached to him in some way, shape, or form, Coach.
It's actually under my headphone right now. You just can't see it. I have my phone. I'm talking to three people while we're doing this, actually. Greg Gattuso in studio, Albany head football coach with Armen and Levack. What do you think about Belichick and the way he runs that program and the things that he doesn't say to the media? Do you look at a guy like Belichick and say, man, it's impressive how he keeps everything on the outside and keeps his team focused on the inside?
People ask me about him a lot, even just in general conversation. And, he's a guy that learned. I mean, his first go-round wasn't that successful. And I think that, I meet Parcells sometimes. I see him up at Prime, up at Saratoga. And, I give him his distance because he doesn't want to talk to everybody, And I think Belichick just has a way he does things. And obviously he does an incredible job, and he's found a way that makes it work. And when you've done this long enough, you have a relationship with the media and the outside sources that you need to have. He doesn't need to have a huggy relationship with the media because, he's Bill Belichick and they win. And knowing people that have worked for him and played for him, he is very, very loved, and his players believe in him. And guys, when you can get your team to believe in what you're trying to do, that's better than talent any day.
Yeah.
See, I love that he says, I always see him say three words to his players: do your job.
Right.
Like, how hard is it as a coach to beat that superstar out of guys where it's your dirt is this yard line to this yard line, this hash mark, this hash mark. Don't try and do his job. Do your job.
I believe it's the number one challenge, and it's something that we call it de-recruiting. Sometimes you have to de-recruit kids because, one, you get these young men that come up, they get trophies for every single thing they do their whole life, and then you get them in a football program and they look at you like you're crazy because you told them their stance wasn't good, And so the de-recruiting process is a hard process. Once you get them there, to get them to do their jobs every day, that is really the most important thing. And I know that's something that I work really hard at, is making sure everyone understands their role. And even though you might not like your role at that moment, you can get to that star level, but you got to kind of go through this path. And I think that guys like Belichick really have mastered it.
You Albany head football coach Greg Gattuso with Armen and Levack in studio, joining us 15 after every hour, just hanging out with us all day long. And at 5:15, Coach, on Thursday, your team reports for training camp. I want to know, what is the biggest challenge for you as a head coach going through training camp with your team? You ready for that?
I'm ready.
5:15, Coach Gattuso joins us again.